Hello, guys. This is Eze Victor Obinna, and I want to talk to us about purpose discovery. Purpose discovery is something I've been teaching for quite a long time. When I started in the thought leadership industry, when I hadn't found my niche, which is public health, I would always come. I would talk about purpose discovery. I would talk about business, entrepreneurship. I would talk about Facebook marketing. I would talk about so many things. But now, what I always focus on is public health, because public health is all what I am about, and it is what I do anyway as a registered nurse or as a healthcare provider. It is what I do, so it is what I'm focusing my organization, which is the 360 degree health network. We provide free to affordable medical services to individuals in local communities. That's a branch of public health. Okay, but I want to talk to us about purpose discovery. If you want to discover your purpose, how do you go about it? You need to be smart. When I talk about you being smart, you need to be specific about it. You need to make it to be measurable. It should be attainable. It should be something that is realistic. It should be time bound. Now, you should be smart. The first thing in discovering your purpose, I would always start with, if you must start, if you must discover your purpose, you must get an instruction. Now, if you're a Christian or even if you're a Muslim, you know that for most persons, the Bible is a great book that most persons subscribe to, is a great book that most persons would always abide by. So if you want to discover your purpose, you should go back to the spiritual. You should try as much as you can to subscribe back to the spiritual. If you do it through soul searching, if you do it through meditation, if you do it through, in any way you know you can do it, through yoga, through meditation, any way you know you can connect back to the spiritual, just try and dedicate your time to it. You get your user manual from your creator. That is what I mean by you getting specific instructions about what you actually want to do. That is one of the first steps to discovering your purpose. Then another step is, what are you passionate about? What are you passionate about? Now, for most persons, your career may not be what you're passionate about. You might have spent 20 years in a particular career, and you see that you're not moving ahead, you're not fulfilled, you're not fulfilling maybe a particular need. So you need to find out what you are passionate about. For instance, I am passionate about writing, I am passionate about speaking, I am passionate about impacting into the lives of people in my community. I'm passionate about influencing people globally. I'm passionate about bringing about change. So those are the things I am passionate about. So once you can find or discover your passion, yes, you go a whole long way discovering your purpose. Then another thing you do to discover your purpose is find a need in your community, find a need in your society to solve. What is that need? People are hungry, people are they need medical care, people need a good life, people need a means of transportation, they need housing, they need better jobs, employment is nowhere to be found, they need a government that works. If government is not working, civil society groups should come in and make an impact. They need individuals that would come and invest into their life. They need good educational system. They need a subsidy for the healthcare sector, free to affordable healthcare. They need a whole lot of things. So once you look into your community, once you look into your society, you'll be able to find a need. That need is what would enable you to know how to go about solving them. So once you find a need, it will help you discover your purpose. And I said earlier, in the discovery of purpose, you should be smart, Specific. What do you want to do? What do you want to keep doing in the next 10 years? If you want to be selling water in the next 10 years, would you be dedicated to being the best water seller in the next 10 years? That's where passion comes in. You're specific about it. Okay, bam, I want to be a water seller. Bam, I want to be a teacher. I want to be a healthcare provider. I want to be an educationist. I want to solve the problem of transportation. I want to solve the problem of unemployment amongst the youth. I want to do this. I want to do that. Be specific. Now, once you're specific, be measurable. Let it be measurable. Your impact, let it be measurable. Now, sometimes I will be sending out some applications to some group of persons. They would always ask me to give them numbers. What is the impact of my work in so communities? How many persons have I reached out to? That is what it means to be measurable. Is it measurable? What is the number you're looking at? Okay, in 2025 uh I want to, let me say, for instance, you have passion to be you want to be the one who ends poverty in Nigeria. You may make a statement like this, that by 2025 60% of Nigerian families will move from being low income earners to being middle class families. Now, this statement is something that deals with numbers, it is measurable, it is specific. Now, if your purpose, if your goal is not measurable, you may end up giving up even before you start. You see that at the end of the day, if it's not measurable, if it's not something that one can look at and say, okay, this is where we are going to, certain goals may become difficult for you. Then, apart from it being measurable, it should be attainable. This is also close to it being measurable. It should be attainable. Is this something you cannot achieve with the resources you have, with the manpower you have? Is this something you can achieve? It goes beyond you having faith. They say that faith without works is actually dead. If you don't have all it takes, if you don't have the capacity to put it at work to attain that particular purpose, you see that it won't come to success. Then we have it being realistic, also close to being attainable. Is it realistic? Is it something that if people here, they will not just give up on that purpose? Is it something that you can really achieve? Do you think you can really achieve it? Is it realistic? Is it time bound? From 2019 to 2025, I must have made this impact. From 2025 to 2030, this is how it will be. Now, if you look at our sustainable development goals, you'll see that it is time bound. We had the millennium sustainable development goals before now. At the end of the millennium, they now started the sustainable development goals, which will last until 2030, if I'm not mistaken. So your goals, if you are discovering your if you want to discover your purpose, it should be time bound. It should be something, your purpose should be time bound.